everybody? It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining me here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Mungo, your first... Man, you must have been sitting on your computer like F5, reload. There's Matt! What's up, dude? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Happy Monday, everybody. Every Monday, we are live right here on YouTube, hanging out with you, talking Royal Caribbean together. So thank you for being a part of the fun. Thank you for joining us here. If you're enjoying this video, hit that little thumbs up button. Share this link with your friends. Let's get everybody in here together. And of course, we're live every Monday. Preston, what's going on? Jonathan Harmon is here. Jordan Stevens, what's up? Matthew Macy. Brent Hopkins, hello. Cheryl Osborne, Chance Carroll. Mark Hunter, what's up? Powerful female. But thanks for that email, by the way. Ken Lesko. Brogan, what's up? Denise, Marie Kendall, Hope, Athena, Moosey, Steve, what's up, guys? Welcome. My name is Matt. I am from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We are hanging out together, talking Royal Caribbean. So thank you for joining me here on this Monday. And Pierre says, hopefully we have some good news today. Hey, listen, we're all about the positivity here, hanging out with friends. You guys are my friends. We already have something in common. We love cruising. So I consider each and every one of you my friend, and I appreciate you being a part of our live stream fun here this evening, afternoon, unless you're in Australia. Then, happy Tuesday. Good morning. Jennifer McCandless, hello and welcome. Ron Ladowski is here. Hello, Ron. Tariq, Tom George, what's up? Soggy Frosted Flakes, love that name. Welcome. Andy, welcome. Jay, what's going on? Guys, lots going on today. It is going to be a busy day here, I'm sure. Brogan, first day back at work today. Need my Royal Caribbean blog live. Well, I'm glad you're able to join us here this evening. I know it's pretty late where you are, Brogan, so thank you for staying up late as always. Do appreciate it. Speaking of people staying up late, Kevin Wallace in Ireland. Welcome, Kevin. I am glad you are here. Jeff J says, Matt, I could really use a cruise. Absolutely. I think everybody in here is like, yep, I agree on that one. Donna wrote, looking forward to any updates. Yeah, guys, there's not a whole lot to report right now beyond what we already know. But I want to key you guys in on something important. A week from today is going to be circle it on the calendar, it's going to be a red letter day, because a week from today, Royal Caribbean will announce its second quarter earnings with Wall Street. And that is going to be super significant because that is going to signify a giant... a lot of possibilities, quite frankly, because there's so many questions that are out there in terms of, losses and profits and book positions and really any changes. This is going to be a really opportune time for Royal Caribbean to make those announcements. So I did post at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com earlier today a preview of what to expect, kind of the big picture things you should keep an eye out for. And that's a week from today. So that'll be next Monday. Royal will announce its second quarter earnings. There'll be an earnings call. So it's going to be pretty significant. It's really a question of how bad is it, or maybe not at all, quite frankly. Things like that. So we'll have to wait and see. Hope, what's going on? Welcome. Dono, so will Royal Caribbean add on new COVID fee onto the bill? No, there's no indication they're going to do that, Donna. Holy moly, a giant epic super chat from Powerful Female. Woo! I think it's important to keep booking and not wait. We have to help keep the cruise line in business as they prepare to sail again. Listen, we're a lot of us, I think, are doing that. It's a great point, Powerful Female, about simply, we love Royal Caribbean. We love to cruise. And, we know that it's coming back eventually. So planning ahead, booking those reservations for next year, I think that's a great idea, Powerful Female. And I'm really glad you brought that up because obviously we're all in this together. Really, it really does come full circle with a lot of this. And I got to tell you guys, from my own perspective, I really can't wait for cruises to resume again. I mean, the impact of the cruise industry shutting down has been felt, across the board. And I certainly can't wait for it to come back, not just from a vacation standpoint, from a business standpoint, and so many other people as well. It's easy to forget that the industry, I mean, how many aspects of life the cruise industry touches, right? The taxi drivers, the hotel operators, the tour operators. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's like in places like Cozumel, Nassau, Falmouth, St. Martin, Phillipsburg. Like, these places don't like rely on tourism. They live on tourism. That is their industry. So absolutely. Chip Gaines, good evening, sir. Glad to have you here. JP, hopefully going on Symphony next June. You have a virtual balcony cabin. Nice. Guys, what's your next cruise? Type in chat right now. What is the next cruise that you have booked? My next cruise that I have booked right now would be Brilliance of the Seas in January. 4-nighter to the to Cozumel and Key West, actually. Joe R. Hello, Joe. Just rebooked our canceled Symphony of the Seas cruise for next summer. So glad we have a travel agent. They sorted everything so quickly. Isn't it amazing? Guys, I'm a huge proponent of using travel agents. They really make your life a whole lot easier. Nick, any rumors true about Majesty, Enchantment, Vision, and Voyager being sold to scrap? No. In fact, we posted at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com last week, went right to Royal Caribbean about Empress of the Seas, and she has not been sold. So, I know there's a lot of rumors out there. It's easy to spot them, but remember, guys, just because it's written or said on the internet doesn't always mean that it doesn't mean it's true. And I recognize the irony of what I am saying now as I am saying things on the internet, but you have to go with me on that one. So things can change, obviously, but as of right now, nothing has changed there. So got a lot of cruises coming up here. Nice. I love this. Liberty, Allure, Odyssey, Independence, Navigator, Symphony. Susan Westfall, group cruise to Norway next July. My goodness, Susan, that is going to be amazing. Cannot wait for that. Terry Kim, unfortunately, didn't get those internships, but I'm not giving up. Terry, stay strong out there. Keep applying. You never know. I mean, I know Royal does internships throughout the years, not just one time. Also, one other thing. I mean, listen, I know I love Royal Caribbean as much as anybody. But I will tell you, Terry, also, maybe you look at other cruise lines as well. It's still a good experience to have. So, something to keep in mind, but I hope it works out for you. I really, really do. A lot of great cruises right there. These are great sailings you have all there. Athena, your first group cruise. The group cruises, guys, are amazing. These are regular Royal Caribbean cruises in which I go on them and invite all of you to come join me for it. We've got 2 in 2021. Anthem of the Seas in July to Norway. And it's a little less than a year now. And then Harmony of the Seas, Thanksgiving 2021. So it's going to be incredible. I can't wait, and I love these things. There's so many aspects of it that I absolutely love. First of all, going on a cruise with friends is always fun. On top of all that, you now have other things going on, like you have the fact like going to Norway. My first time going to Europe, my first time going to Norway. I love sharing that experience because we get to all learn together. You get hyped up together. Speaking of hype, Ed Spees with our next super chat. Ed, thank you very much. Ed writes, Liberty of the Seas 2 weeks after the presidential election. Hopefully it'll disappear by November 15th out of Galveston. I hope you get to go on your cruise, Ed. I really, really do. A lot of people wondering about when cruises will happen. And, Cash has got a question. Are January cruises in the Caribbean still on? Looking to book. They are still available to book. I mean, I have a cruise booked in January to the Caribbean on Brilliance of the Seas. But it remains to be seen whether or not it'll happen. Unfortunately, there's just too much information and there's not enough information. I wish it was. Not enough information and too many variables to really know what to expect, quite frankly. So, we're just kind of wait and see. Broken, can't wait to meet you as well, my friend. Absolutely. Kyle, planning on it for 2022 on Symphony. Can't wait. And I hope the world lets the U.S. visit by then. I agree 100%, right? Naja, book Majesty. I was hired as a singer, hoping to join the ship when everything starts up. How cool is that? Now, I guess, where will you be singing? Or what are you, like a pub singer? Are you singing in a production show? What's your role exactly? Because it's really cool, obviously. I love the live entertainment on Royal Caribbean, but if you can know who the person is, hey, this person from YouTube is over there, I think it's fantastic, right? Ron Ladowski says group cruises are amazing. Absolutely true. Mark Weiss, Harmony in Barbados. A lot of the ships are just kind of putzing around, quite frankly. They're just kind of biding their time. They're grouped in different areas of the world. Some are in the Bahamas, or making their way back to the Bahamas now. Some are in the Southern Caribbean. Some are in Europe. Some are in Asia. It has to deal with, number one, where they can go to kind of just be there. Number two, they have to have a friendly port where they can get in and out of to get supplies, dump any waste, Anybody who wants to come on the ship, they pick up. But hope that makes sense. So they kind of split up because they can't put all the ships in one place. Ryan, what are the chances of a 13-year-old eating at kids' price, especially dining restaurants? That's a good question, Ryan. Excuse me. That's a good question. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know how to handicap it. I mean, what part of me says, well, you may not say anything about it. I don't know. I mean, they can look it up in the system because it's all computerized. What they're going to do is they're going to scan your CPass card and they're going to just work it off there. So you never know, right? Let's see. And now just a production singer. Nice. Well, we love the shows on all the Royal Caribbean ships. And how cool is that you're a production singer? That's awesome. I've been on Majesty one time. It was in 2018 to go to Cuba. And we saw the production shows on Majesty. Really, first of all, a beautiful venue. The Royal Theater there is really one of the nice things when you go on the older ships, the classic cruise ships, are the size of the venues and the design of the venues are from a different time. And I think in a lot of cases they have a little more, what's the word? Like a little more grandeur to them. Not grandeur of the seas, just lowercase g. The theater is very beautiful looking. You've got very large venues, like the bars are ginormous. Really, really nice. So Kim Oakland is here. Kim, I didn't see you sneak in here. Welcome. Good to see you as always. Carol says, do you think they're going to be open in October? Carol, there's really no way to know. Listen, a lot of people might say, listen, I don't know that it'll happen, Matt, because it'll take a little more pessimistic view, because that is right when cruises start to, begin. I will tell you this, whenever cruises are going to resume, I believe we're going to get a more firm plan. What I mean by that is, and again, I have nothing to base this off, guys. I could be 100% wrong, and I am usually 100% wrong, especially when it comes to predicting things. But I could totally see it where, right now they just have these dates, this vague, we're going to resume cruises October 1. I think at some point when they're really ready to resume, Royal Caribbean, I think other cruise lines as well, will say, all right, when we start, this ship, and this ship are going to start up, then that ship, then this ship, and it'll kind of grow from there. So until we get that kind of a message, yeah, I think that we should really be a little hesitant to necessarily have any kind of certainties about what will or will not open. Anthony Morgan with a big super chat. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Anthony, ready for Oasis December 13th, 2020. Fingers crossed. Ready to have a MasterCard or 12. What are the best things to do at Perfect Day? Oh, Anthony. Perfect Day, Coco Key. The water park is amazing. Thrill Water Park. Really good. Well worth your money there. I love the cabanas. I mean, if you're, to me, you can do the water park. You go to the beach. I really love South Beach is beautiful. You've got Oasis Lagoon. I love Oasis Lagoon. I would tell you this, Anthony. If I were to go to one place that's not the Thrill Water Park, I would go to probably Oasis Lagoon pool. It is a party. It's relaxing. I enjoy it. Absolutely the way to do that. And Javon with a super chat. Javon, thank you very much. Hi, Matt. Just want to say hi and show support. Canceled the Labor Day Disney trip today. Oh, well. Can't wait to get back to cruising. I'm sorry to hear that, Javon. But listen, you understand as well as anybody the nature of things today. But thank you for your generosity, Javon, as always. And thank you for joining us here this evening. And listen, we'll make up for it, Javon. There's going to be... I've often joked when cruising resumes, when a lot of these things are able to get back up and going again, there's going to be a reckoning, in a good way. A reckoning of, who was saying it before, the MasterCards, right? Anthony, right? Having cruising is back. Oh, travel agent, yes, I'd like to book cruise, yeah. Oh, not just one cruise, no, I need to make up for lost time, right? John Sturgeon, just to be difficult, I say Perfect D at Coco Key. I love it. Kim Oakland with an epic super chat. Woo! Thank you, Kim. I think we should plan a group cruise for Alaska 2022. There's a lot of people who really want to do Alaska in 2020. By myself included, by the way, Kim. I love that idea. Thank you for your very, very generous super chat as always, Kim. And I got to tell you, Alaska would be amazing. I really want to go back there. Obviously, because my second time there was canceled this year. I really want to do that, Kim. And I'll add one more thing. I think the next time I go to Alaska, I really want to do one of the land tours where you have your cruise, which is great. But then either before or after, and I'd probably do it before, you do a land tour where you get to Royal Caribbean will take you on a tour of inland areas of Alaska, and then you join up with the ship when it's set to begin. So it's an extension of the cruise experience, basically a elongated shore excursion, but it's all run through Royal Caribbean. You go to the places, you go to Denali, you'll go on that train that you can see up through the ceiling, and all the really cool things that you just simply can't do on a cruise. I think I want to do that because YOLO, why not is what I was going to say. It's kind of a joke, but the reality is, if this whole COVID-19 business has not taught us one thing, it's certainly that we took cruising for granted. I did. Cruising was just this thing that existed, right? It's like going to the grocery store. You don't really think, oh, thank you for having the grocery store. I mean, we are thankful we have grocery stores, but we take it for granted, right? It's always right there. It's just down the street, around the corner, right? And when it comes to cruising, I think we thought about it the same way. And having this now 6+ months of no cruising, you start to realize, wow, we really had it good. We really had incredible opportunities to go there. So when cruising does come back, I really feel like we got to not only make up for lost time, but also, really stop to smell the flowers and enjoy it and take, so we have that kind of an experience. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. Joseph Tricario. Welcome, Joseph. Glad to have you here. Javon agrees with Kim. There you go. I like it. JP, have you ever been to St. Martin before? Yes. St. Martin is a beautiful island. There's beaches are fabulous. I think most people end up at the beach, either on the French side or the Dutch side, quite frankly. Kyle, when I take my cruise, I plan to stop at a CVS to pick up sunblock, meds, and other things that I might need. Am I allowed to bring plastic bags on board, or should I dump it in my backpack? Either or. You're totally good to do either one. JC, what's up, dude? Welcome. Mark, when is Allie, do you mean Allure, coming back to the United States? Well, it's more a question of when cruising resumes more than anything, Mark. But obviously, technically speaking, there's still a little bit of a European season left that could possibly happen, but we'll wait and see on that one. Pam says Denali is a must-see, and that train is amazing. I really want to do it, Pam. It really went from one day, whenever, I'll do it sometime, but to I really need to see it. Kirk Overstreet, buy a Royal Caribbean cup. Can you reuse them on future cruises? You cannot. They just will look really nice in your house, but no, you cannot reuse them on future cruises. Denise, I've done the cruise tour in Alaska twice. The land portion is fabulous. Do land first because you'll be exhausted and then go back on the ship and relax. That's exactly my thought, Denise. And thank you for sharing that. That's a really good tip right there. Which one did you do, Denise? Denise and Pam, which ones did you guys do? Is there a specific... I don't know if there's that many variations, but how many nights was it? Bobby Meyer, hello. Nancy Baker, cruise to Alaska, start at Port Canaveral, then go through the Panama Canal and up the Pacific coast. Wow. Wouldn't that be amazing? Especially since I don't have to fly. Yes. Brogan canceled Anthem out of New York over New Year's Eve today. Can't see us Brits being able to visit the States anytime soon. I don't think you're wrong, so. Don Goldstein, what's up, Don? Hope you're doing well. Doing the intensive land cruise first, then the more relaxing cruise is the right way to go. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Holly Carter, my husband and I were to celebrate our 10th anniversary on a Royal Caribbean Alaska cruise this past May. Can't wait to get back on the books. Yeah, we had a cruise booked, Holly, to Alaska this year in early June. June 5th, Ovation. I mean, that was going to be the cruise for this year for it. That was going to be our big summer cruise. We basically, it was an unofficial group cruise, and we had a lot of cool stuff there planned, and unfortunately it all came down. Joe's got a great question for us. Thoughts on MSC policies. Guys, what'd you think of this? I posted this earlier today at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, but MSC Cruises, which is obviously a competitor cruise line, posted their new policy for keeping guests safe. Basically, their panel of health experts presented their kind of what they envision the policies being for getting on board the ship. And there's a lot of them. And Royal Caribbean has not announced theirs, by the way. But because it's of such interest, I decided to post about it because obviously what MSC is doing may mirror, to some extent, whether it's 50%, 80%, or 10%, there's likely to be some carryover, and it's a good idea. I think it helps to have some indication of what to expect to some extent. And yeah, if you haven't read it, it's at RealCaribbeanBlog.com. Check it out. And I'm curious what you guys think about it, because Ron says the new policies make total sense. I think everything in there was pretty much what I expected. Something that did surprise me was the shore excursions only through MSC. You can't do anything on your own. I'm not sure how they'll police that, but that I understand the logic behind it. Luke Wallace, thank you for the super chat. Did I say super heart? It's super chats on here. Thank you, Luke. What's your opinion of an outside view room? I think it's a great idea, my friend. And if you can afford it, if it's not going to break the bank, absolutely. I think it's a fabulous choice. Queen says, "Hey Matt, what do you suggest to my family with the kids 11, 5, and 3 do in St. Thomas, St. Martin? St. Thomas, go to Megan's Bay, beautiful beach. You'll love it there. For St. Martin, I might split your day. I might go to the morning, go to Maho Beach, which is that beach where all the airplanes land. So the kids can play and frolic in the water, and then like airplanes land on top of you. That's really cool. And then take a taxi back to downtown Phillipsburg, maybe have lunch and, walk around there a little bit. There's also the Star Wars Guy Museum, which is really cool in Phillipsburg as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of things in the policies. Let's go back to the MSC policies here. Joseph writes, 2 concerns I have is possible false positives and shore excursions. Those are really good points, Joseph. Especially the possible false positives, because unfortunately, the testing today, testing, even in flawed form, is better than no testing. But you're right, there's a lot of, I've seen this in Major League Baseball as an example recently. And at the end of the day, Joseph, the testing is going to get better, number one, because of course cruising isn't restarting tomorrow anyway. And number two, it's better than no testing. In terms of the shore excursions, if it's the price we have to pay for going on a cruise, I'll take it. I can deal with it. It's not the end of the world. It's more of the end of the world in a place like Cozumel, which I absolutely love doing on my own. And I think booking a regular conventional shore excursion is crazy. But if it means getting on a ship, I'm willing to do it at least for the short term, because obviously I think, Joseph, these things are, the shore excursion thing especially, may be a short-term thing, because any policy we see in the beginning may not be the indicative policy going forward, if that makes sense. Ron Ladowski with a super chat. Nothing important to add, just was to show my appreciation for all you do and for being a nice friend. Wow, Ron, thank you so much. Thank you for being a nice friend, Ron. I mean, we've known each other for a really long time now. We've cruised together. You're my favorite Ron. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. J Block, are they going to nose swab every passenger? Did they say what type of test it is? I don't know, J Block. I don't recall. Oh, it is a swab test. I guess so. Yeah, so before the cruise begins, all guests, will undergo a temperature check, health questionnaire. The questionnaire, by the way, has been done before, so that's not a big deal. The temperature check will be, one of those guns to your head, not a gun, a temperature gun. They were already doing this on Royal Caribbean even before before cruises stopped, or at the beginning of COVID-19. So those two things, no change, no big deal. The swab test, yeah, I'm not sure if it's the one that goes up your nose or saliva test. I think baseball was doing a saliva test, or is doing one, I don't know. But yes, every guest. That's what MSC says. Now again, this is MSC, may not be Royal Caribbean. Susan, will they refund your cruise if you test positive before boarding? I would suspect yes. I don't recall exactly. I mean, they've been denied boarding. I would suspect they'll give you a refund. I can't imagine, Susan, they would say, oh, sorry, you don't get your money back. You know what I mean? In the same way, Susan, before this, whether you had Zika virus or other issues that would deny you boarding on embarkation day, you get your money back. So I would imagine that'd be the case. We have to wait to see what Royal Caribbean has to say, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't the case, quite frankly. Ron Ladowski, I love it. Caitlin Kate, great name by the way. I had a cruise planned for April 21. I hope I get to go, crossing fingers. We're all feeling it that way, right? JC says MSC has the deepest pockets because their parent company is one of the largest shipping companies in the world. They could wait it out for years. That's a really good point, because MSC is a small, well, in the United States anyway, JC, MSC is a small-time player, but you're absolutely right. MSC Cruise Line is a small potatoes compared to MSC cargo shipping. And you're absolutely right, JC. I think the two lines that I probably have the most to play with is actually MSC and Disney. Because, of course, they've got they got Daddy Warbucks up the food chain that can help them out in a lot of regards there. So I think I agree with you on that one. Wendy, worried we won't be able to get travel insurance that will cover COVID. Do you have any info on travel insurance that will cover COVID? They don't, Wendy. Most travel insurance does not cover pandemics. I do know that some of the insurance policies, like Allianz as an example, did provide a waiver. I'm not sure if it's still in place, but they had a COVID-19 waiver in there because it was just so unexpected. This wasn't like run-of-the-mill. Not that any pandemic is run-of-the-mill. But even though travel insurance does not traditionally cover pandemics, they were like, okay, we're going to cover it. I'm not sure if that has expired, if that's still in place, Wendy, but yeah, it does not cover it. That being said, you got to look at the terms of the insurance policy, because what it really means is if you contract COVID-19 and can't go on your cruise, that's where that kicks in, as opposed to a situation in which your cruise is canceled, but you don't get it. That's totally something different. Bread Piece, where can I buy that Royal Caribbean Monopoly that's in your background? eBay. It's the only place that's sold. It was a gift on Independence of the Seas in 2018, and it's not available otherwise. So, Bayron, if staggered cabins becomes a thing, would Royal Caribbean keep a family booked in 2 cabins together? I have no idea, Bayron. It's a good question. We'll have to wait and see what happens when Royal announces their policies, but it's kind of impossible to answer a hypothetical of a hypothetical, if you know what I mean. J Block, how many years, if at all, do you think it will take for cruising to return to normal? J Block, I wish if I knew that, my friend, I would, I'd be buying winning lottery tickets, because I would know the numbers ahead of time. I have probably equal chance of guessing that. It's a great question. I'm not sure. Bianca, question, is the lift and shift only applicable to sailings that aren't canceled? Or would you need to call Royal Caribbean before your cruise is canceled for you to be eligible? I'm booked for December. No, it's either or, Bianca. For the last couple cancellation periods, Royal Caribbean has offered lift and shift, both for people who have, cruises booked currently and people who have cruises canceled as a result, obviously, of the cruise suspension being extended. So, Bianca, if you have a cruise coming up in December and you want to use lift and shift if your cruise is canceled, then yeah, you're good to go. No problem there whatsoever. When Royal Caribbean cancels the cruise, you'll have the option of 125% future cruise credit, lift and shift, or a 100% refund. Now, of course, I should preface all that, or no, I can't preface it because I've already said it, but I should add on to that, by the way, that of course things can change, right, Bianca? But they have offered lift and shift as part of every cancellation period, bar none going forward, so. Dean Mitchell, good night, mate. I'm assuming since you said good day, you're in Australia, so I hope that makes sense. Sharon, my husband and I am booked for Freedom this season in November. Do you think we will sail? Sharon, I would recommend you check out the website, willmycruisehappen.com. willmycruisehappen.com. It is a direct link to a blog post I wrote that basically says, no one knows if your cruise will actually sail. And it's a long answer because, I'm not trying to be facetious at all, Sharon. The thing is, nobody really knows. And unfortunately, there isn't really any way to know it. But the blog post kind of spells out why nobody knows. And why, even if you were to ask, but if anyone were to tell you otherwise, they're simply just making it up. They're guessing. And so I feel it's not, I'd be giving you false hope one way or another if I try to lead you one way or another. So, Susan Westfall with this big super chat. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate your wealth of knowledge. It makes things so much easier for us. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your generosity, Susan. And listen, this is what we're here for, right? It is literally my job to answer your Royal Caribbean questions, to help people have a better Royal Caribbean cruise. That was the goal of RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com when I started that website 10 years ago in 2010, and it still remains that my goal today. So, Joe, do cruise planner credits have to be added by your travel agent before you can use them? They need to be added to your reservation. Yeah. So, Joe, if you have a cruise planner credit, like your cruise is canceled, you get the future cruise planner credits. You're going to get basically a voucher, essentially. And then you have to apply that voucher to the reservation, and then you can use them. Yes, absolutely. So, Linda, is it true that they may scrap Rhapsody of the Seas? There's been nothing remotely announced by Royal Caribbean, Linda. All these rumors, guys, let me tell you where these rumors are coming from about ships being scrapped, okay? They're all coming from these brokerage websites that list unnamed ships for sale, but you can clearly figure out which ones they are. The thing is, and let me say this loud enough for the people in the back to hear, they're not based on fact. They're based on speculation. It's like you ever go to Google your home address, like where you live, the house that is not for sale, and you will find on websites like Zillow an estimated value of your house, and click here if you're interested in buying this house or something like that. It's speculation. Royal Caribbean does not list its website in the classified ads. Okay, they don't list their cruise ships, not their website. They don't list their cruise ships on there. These websites have existed before COVID. They're based on absolutely nothing that I would ever write about at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. So the answer to your question is no. There's no, until Royal says something, it's proof of nothing except that you could write anything on the internet. And yeah, so there you go. I feel better about that. I got a lot of questions about that recently, and I guess I got to do a blog post about it because these websites, man, people find them and then it's like, hey, did you see? I'm not blaming you guys. Far from it. But it's something that obviously, I think it's gotten a heightened alert because of the fact that other ships are actually being sold, right? Before COVID-19, cruises being sold were very rare. It's scrapped, almost never happened. So, yeah, it's crazy. Charnel is here. Hello, Charnel. Sarah Baker joining us as well. Bear on cruise ship bingo. There you go. Michael is here. What's up, Michael S? Hope you're doing well. Happy, what's that? Is it Monday? Oh my goodness. Paul, do you think Galveston will ever offer Panama Canal cruises? Not necessarily, no, Paul. Royal Caribbean, anyway, has used Panama Canal cruises as a means to an end. It's basically whenever Royal Caribbean has offered Panama Canal cruises, they have been for cruises that go from Los Angeles to somewhere here on the East Coast or vice versa. They did at one point offer some cruises from like Miami or San Juan that visited Panama, not through the canal, just like they would go to Cologne, Panama. You could go see the locks, but your ship doesn't actually go in there. But those have been gone for a while now. So I think, Paul, going back to your question, I don't think they're going to offer Panama Canal transits. No, I just don't. Look, anything's possible, but I just don't see it happening, quite frankly. Not that I could, as I mentioned many, many times, I'm often wrong. J.M. Reed, follow your advice, booked drink package, watched it, got 40% off instead. Wow, that's so cool. Glad you saved some money there, my friend. Baron, will Wonder or Odyssey of the Seas run an LNG? Odyssey, no. I think for maybe Wonder, they were talking about maybe testing out the fuel cell technology, but nothing had been confirmed, Baron. When the Icon class first got announced, a number of years ago, Royal Caribbean said that the Icon class was going to be powered by a combination of liquefied natural gas, LNG, and fuel cell technology. And they also said that before the Icon class comes out, some of the newer Oasis class ships would be tested, like small-scale testing of that technology. So it's possible that Wonder could be, but Royal hasn't really said anything specifically about it, so let's wait and see. What's up, JJ from Ecuador? Welcome. Spiritual Mouthpiece, what are the new safety measures for Odyssey of the Seas? We don't know yet, Spiritual. Royal Caribbean has not announced it yet. We should get our first indication of when the new safety measures are going to be announced by the end of this month. So, Will Lloyd, patiently waiting for cruises to be uncanceled. That'd be great, right? I think once they're canceled. But I would love for it to be out there, so. Spinner, other bloggers are speculating based on inside and ocean view ratio to balcony cabins. Well, it's just that. They're speculating. It's like, in my opinion, Spinner, they're basing it off absolutely just guesses. They may as well give you, here's the winning lottery numbers for this week. So it's just that. It's speculation. They could be right, but so, broken clocks are right twice a day. So always keep that in mind. No offense to them. I'm just saying it's speculation at the end of the day. It's not based on any facts. It's just guesses. Robert Jaworski, what's going on? 74 days and fingers crossed. Good day, mate. Sorry, I forgot about my traditional Australian welcome. 74 days and fingers crossed, but still haven't opened onboard entertainment bookings yet, which is strange. It's normally around 90 days out. Once upon a time, yes, Robert. These days, no. Actually, it's a lot closer to your sale date. Honestly, even before COVID-19, you were probably looking at about 30 days out. It happened more often than not, Robert. So, yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but actually, it's 90 days out has been not the norm at all. I remember our Anthem of the Seas cruise that we had in 2019. We didn't get our entertainment until like couple weeks before, like 3 or 4 weeks before the sailing. So, yeah. What's the worst excursion you've been on? Alonzo, that's a good question. Probably one of the ones in Falmouth. The Blue Waters Escape. That one was pretty bad, as I recall. I was very unimpressed by that one. Brogan, any idea when we'll hear more about the Icon class? Not unless you count the. Did you see the post I made over the weekend about that new area in the Icon class? That's probably the closest thing we got there. Oliver, what's up, dude? Any group cruises coming up? Absolutely, sir. We have 2 group cruises coming up. July 2021, Anthem of the Seas to Norway out of Southampton. And then we also have Harmony of the Seas out of Port Canaveral on Thanksgiving 2021, Oliver. And both group cruise information is at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/events. So check it out over there. Diane Crawford, first timer from Liverpool. Welcome, Diane. Glad to have you here. My name is Matt. I'm from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Diane says, lifted and shifted Harmony in August, and next year, round the Med. Awesome. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. Sounds like a great cruise. And first of all, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. And if you ever have any questions, Diane, we're live here every Monday, right here on YouTube. And if I'm not here live, you can always get answers at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. MJ checking in from Seoul, South Korea. Welcome, MJ. Quite a change of pace from where you were yesterday. Welcome. And by the way, guys, I don't know. Here's a question. I'm genuine question, and this is not. I'm not shaming anybody. Is anybody here who's in my live chat not a YouTube subscriber of mine? I'm just curious, because if you're not, you can subscribe to the channel. So that way you get notified when we have new videos, when I go live. It obviously costs you nothing to know about that. But if you're not already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the fun, because we have got a great group in here. Great friends, knowledgeable people, helpful and friendly people. So yeah, come join in on the fun. We'd love to have you here. Just like Diane. And Diane, I'm so glad you said hello. DC Friends, Symphony of the Seas, October 31st, 2021. It's going to get canceled. We'll have to wait and see, DC, just like everybody. I wish I had any inside information, but yeah. Is open dining like anytime dining, JP? I think you're talking about my time dining on Royal Caribbean. It is similar to... well, let me back up, JP. Are you talking about like what Norwegian Cruise does? Like freestyle dining, or what are you trying to compare it exactly, so I understand it? Mercer, are you starting earlier? Today I was. I got done with dinner and I was like, you know what? Start a little earlier today. So I know that I mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I'm on a little later, sometimes I'm on a little earlier, but what's the name of your YouTube channel? I don't know if it's a joke or not. Royal Caribbean Blog. One word, right over here. There's probably a button below my video somewhere that you can subscribe. Hit that button, hit the little icon, the little bell icon, so that way you get notified when I go live and I post a new video. But yeah. You don't have a set dining time. So you have my time dining, JP. My time dining is what you have. And it's like, basically it's like going out to a restaurant at home, right? If you were at home right now, forget COVID-19 for a second. But you're at home, you have 2 choices. You could either call a restaurant ahead of time and say, I'd like to make a reservation for, 2 hours from now. Okay. They have availability, they don't have availability, take your name down, you're good to go. Or you simply show up to the restaurant and hope that they can seat you. That's kind of how my time works to some extent. So, JC likes earlier. Definitely better in your opinion. That's good. I like that. Michelle, happy subscribed insider. Thank you, Michelle, for your support. Really appreciate that. LR Rivera Marquez, I have a cruise this November 2020. Any cancellations? Nothing yet. Could change, but nothing yet. Jin Megsy says, already subscribed from ages ago. Bro, you're so old. I've been here forever. Jose Smith says, I miss cruising, for crying out loud. Right? Mark Satori in Canada. Oh, welcome, Canada, eh? Well, stuck in Canada, but enjoying the chat, eh? Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Probably shouldn't make fun of my Canadian friends, but it's all in good jest, sir. Glad to have you here, Mark. Hope is an insider. Thank you, Hope. Appreciate that. Nancy, what stores are there on Oasis of the Seas? Well, there's quite a few stores. You have, of course, the Royal Caribbean logo store. You've got Tiffany's. Tiffany's is on Oasis of the Seas, the only Royal Caribbean ship that has a Tiffany's. Yeah, you can get that little, what is it, blue? It's not blue, it's like teal. I don't know what color technically it is there. Kim, can you elaborate on the situation with the two ships in Europe that had positive COVID cases? I don't think either of them were affiliated with any Royal Caribbean group lines, were they? Correct, Kim. You are right. They were not. One was a Norwegian, like as in Norway, not NCL, like a cruise ship from Norway called, I can never pronounce it right. Guys, help me out here. Hurtigrun? Hurtigrun? I can't pronounce it. That was one of them. And the other, I don't even remember which cruise line it was. But these were small cruise ships that, I don't remember where the second one went to, quite frankly. But these are basically ships that are obviously not related to Royal Caribbean. Let me get the details on this one. I can get you the one, definitely the Hurtigrun, which is not pronounced right. This would be, Hurtigruten. Posted, so they had 36 crew members. Basically, they had a couple sailings, and all of a sudden, they did some testing, and 36 crew members tested positive. This is a very small ship, by the way. There's only like a couple hundred people that are on there. So, Hurtigruten. Thank you, Jay. And thank you, Laptop Style. Hurtigruten. I like my pronunciation better, but you guys are absolutely right. So, yeah. That's one of them. Basically, they, Mindshift is, yes, J-Block. That's 50% owned by Royal Caribbean. Has Royal Caribbean ever gone to Thailand? Occasionally, Lamar, but not very often, I don't think. They've been to Vietnam for sure, but... Rick, how does the Norway cruise that was found with about 40 crew and passengers negatively impact Royal Caribbean's chances of sailing soon? Rick, it is probably going to be anecdotal evidence to continue, at best, or at worst, everyone look at it. I would say that it would be anecdotal evidence against the CDC lifting the cruise ban. The more of these kind of situations, these Exhibit A's and B's and C's that exist, the less of an appetite there is for, an organization like the CDC, or maybe even a country like Australia or New Zealand, to allow cruise ships to resume sailing, because they're going to be like, you see? That's why you guys can't sail right now. Now, you can make the argument that what Royal Caribbean is going to be doing in terms of its protocols is going to be different than what Hurtigruten did or was going to do. I don't know. It's certainly not good news. It's not good. You want to see, I think at the very least, you want to see little small ships like this have cruises, have no issues, and kind of do their thing without any impact. You want to see it possible to get back to cruising without a Diamond Princess situation. That is what we want to see. And unfortunately, this is not good news. It's gonna add fuel to the fire for people who think that cruising isn't safe and shouldn't be doing that. You can also make the argument that, listen, the testing, the system is in place, the system worked, and the system, stopped it in its tracks, right? In the sense that they're not doing more cruises, and that they're doing the right thing by shutting it down here until, I know that Hurtigruten is shut down until September. So, yeah, it's definitely not good news at the very least. Rock is first time live. Welcome, Rock. By the way, if it's your first time joining me here live, type first time in capital letters in chat so I can welcome you. It does sound like the Swedish Chef laptop. That's why I like to say Hurtigruten. But I don't want to be like, a typical American making fun of things that sound differently than we're used to, but I also want to say it correctly. Hello, Hisham. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Chuck French, when will my cruise ship stocks go up? I bought them because they were cheap. You get onboard perks if you own 100 shares. Boy, you were asking the wrong person. You should ask Sherry from Cruise Tips TV. Sherry is the big stock expert. I am not. I know nothing about stocks. I didn't buy any of them because I know nothing about them. Dustin, are you a fan of the smaller or bigger ships? I kind of like the bigger. I like them both, but I like the bigger ships more. In the grand scheme of things, I'd pick an Oasis class over a Vision class, if that makes any sense. But they're both, good choices. They're just different strokes for different folks. Tom Knorr is first time live. Welcome, Tom. John Sherritt, welcome. So glad to see first timers here. Laptop Style Life first timer, welcome. Thought you were here before. Ray and Sue, first time live. Welcome. Tony Diaz, first time today. Somebody ban Tony, please. Oh, I have no moderators. All right, you got lucky this time, Tony. From the future, have you seen the sneak peek of Wonder's deck plans on Instagram? My friend, I posted those at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, sir, on Saturday. Did you see them on the blog? Check them out. I did. Looked pretty cool. Oliver, if you go to Costa Maya, Mexico, and like adventures, I recommend the Mayan Lost Kingdom, where there's a lazy river, zip line, and water slide. Dude, I saw that somebody told me about that either on YouTube last week or Facebook Live last week, and it looks really cool, right? Their website says they're closed right now because there's no tourists, but it looks really, really cool. Matt Smith in the house. Thanks for going live early. It's only midnight in the UK. Well, I know that it's really hard for you guys. I really appreciate Matthew, you, and all the other Brits that are out there. The Irish that we have. I know Brogan is here. He's here every time. Man does not sleep. We have our friends in Ireland joining us here. So thank you guys for making it work, staying up late. Maybe in another couple of weeks we'll do another early live where I'll go live at like 4 p.m. Eastern, which would be like, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock local time in the UK. But yeah, I know that it's tough to do. Yeah, John says it's 1 a.m., 1:15 a.m. in Belgium. If I knew anything in Belgian, I would say it right now. But I would say it in French. Sacre bleu. Il est très... Well, early or late? I'm not sure. But it's very early. Very late. How's the water temperature in January Coco Key, Rock? If you're from a northern state, I'm sure you'll love it, Rock. I think you will. Nicholas, do you think China sailings will start again in August? I think if there's ever a place in the world, Nicholas, that cruising will start first, it's probably China, if I had to put any money down on it. I could be wrong, but... Jack, I read that 6 roller coaster ships may never sail again due to too few balcony cabins. Where did you read? No. People are just making it up. I mean, they're literally making it up. They're speculating. They're simply saying, this is how they write them. And I'm sorry, I feel very strongly about this because I feel my role as a blogger, not a very glamorous role, but what I write on the internet is important because people take it to heart. And I think it is very dangerous to write speculation like this. But there are people who literally will just sit there and this could be the case. And it's good blog fodder because they'll get them clicks. But I think it's based on nothing. Roller Caribbean has not said anything about that. So that's why I just don't... That's why you won't ever see anything like that on my site. Period. William Smith. Tell my wife Michelle, who is also watching, hi Michelle, that we should book the Thanksgiving cruise with you guys next year. Hi Michelle. Welcome. My name is Matt. You know, Michelle, I would love if you join us for a Thanksgiving cruise. Because after all, let's have a great time on a great cruise. Not having to cook, not having to clean, having a traditional Thanksgiving meal, but also having an amazing time with beautiful weather in the Caribbean on an amazing ship. You deserve it. Come join us for it. Nathan is here. What's up, Nathan? I really hope October cruises don't get canceled. Me too. Would love to see footage of a Wasted the Seas in Bayonne, as I'd like to see a cruise compass as well. Yes, yes, and yes. I agree with everything you said right there, right? Ray and Sue, UK viewers as well. We're 5 hours ahead of Eastern. And Europe is 6. Yeah. So I think what we'll have to do, Ray, is, and Sue. We did it a couple weeks ago. But I did a YouTube live at like significantly earlier than I usually do it here. So that way our friends in Europe can join us for it. So absolutely. I think it's a great idea. Which ship has the best Diamond Lounge? Let me think about that. Best Diamond Lounge. I'm going through the classes in my head. I would probably say, I think Anthem of the Seas, the Quantum class. So the Quantum class ships have the best. It's a hike to get there because it's all the way in the back of Deck 12, but it's really nice. That's probably number 1. Allure of the Seas is a really nice one because it still looks out on the boardwalk, hasn't been replaced yet. That'd probably be number 2. So, Travis, love listening to you talk cruising while I'm supposed to be working. Hey man, this is equal opportunity here. Glad to have you joining us. From the future, what are the different shows in 270 on the Quantum ships? I know Anthem has Spectre. Is Star Water still in production? Yeah, Star Water's on Quantum of the Seas. In Ovation, it's Pixels, if I'm not mistaken. And I have no idea what it is on Spectrum. Spectrum's in China. It was never really on my radar, so I apologize. I don't know that one. I hope you should do 2, 1 at 4 and another at 7. Oh my goodness, I feel like a cruise ship worker. We got 2 shows tonight, people. I don't know that we'll ever get there, Hope, but I do think mixing up the times would be helpful. So we'll have to see. Joe, booked on Oasis for Super Bowl Sunday, ready for some football and cruising. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party, right? Yeah. Paul Somerville, what's up, Paul? Are their crew cabins always full on sailings? Do you think they'll need empty quarantine rooms? One of the things was, I know the CDC gave the cruise lines, while there's no cruise ship passengers on board, a regulation that they need to have more separation. They can't put like 4 people in a room, as an example, especially if there's ever any outbreaks on the ship. So I think there might be some truth to that, but yeah. Down the Freedom Class Diamond Lounge is great too. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, on the top, yeah, it's not bad. I think the one on the Anthem one is really nice. It's just such a hike to get to, but it's really nice. Wait a minute. Yeah, that. Am I thinking of the Suite Lounge? Now I'm not sure. Actually, no. Okay, I was thinking of that was the Suite Lounge, but the one on the Quantum Class is really nice because it's right by Music Hall. Very convenient, not up like the top of the ship. So it's really close to everything that's going on in the Royal Esplanade. That one's nice too. I think Allure might be. All right, I'm gonna change my vote. Allure number 1, Anthem number 2, and I think that Don, as usual, is right. I'll put Freedom Class as number 3. Need Royal Caribbean ship sailing as a screensaver. That's probably close. We're getting to a cruise ship right now, right? Queen wants to know what's my favorite upcharge restaurant on Oasis. You're pescatarian and the rest of the fans are carnivores. Oh, no question. You want to go to Izumi Hibachi. Izumi Hibachi. As a pescatarian, you can have shellfish. The carnivores will love everything out there. They have vegetarian options there as well. Really, really good stuff. You'll love it. Chronic 11, have you ever been to Zelha on the mainland Yucatan? I have not. I'd love to do that at some point, but I have not. Manny Davis, first time. Welcome, Manny. Glad to have you here. How much candy is at Sugar Beach? A lot. There's a lot there. They've dedicated a lot of space to that. Do you think baseball will finish the season? Breakouts happening in baseball. Yeah, it seems like they got it under control right now, JC. I think it'll. I don't know if they'll finish the season right now. I think they're taking it more seriously. I think the proof, JC, will be in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll know the true answer, you know. Jonathan, thank you for all your videos to help me my first cruise this past January. Awesome. Really glad to hear that. Thank you for the very, very kind words. Brogan, do you think if Royal Caribbean can resume Caribbean sailings till next year, they could offer more sailings in Asia and Europe this winter? I don't think they can do that quite that quickly, Brogan, where they can say, oh, we can't offer cruises in the U.S., thus let's start moving these ships over to Europe and start offering cruises like on the spot. It doesn't work that way. They wouldn't be able to sell them in time. So unfortunately, yeah. Glenn, hey boss man, do you know if they're going to change out the ships that leave out of Bayonne? I've already been on all the ships that leave from this port. Well, yeah, there was supposed to be Oasis of the Seas this summer. Obviously, that got canceled. So there are plans, yes, and Freedom of the Seas, I believe, is coming next year, if I'm not mistaken. How big is Spotlight Karaoke, Andrew? It is pretty big. It's the size of, well, the old, what was the place called? On Air Club. But it's pretty big. It's a large venue. It's not a very deep venue. It's a very wide venue. So, Paul Sorrell, first time as an insider and you change the time. I'm sneaky like that. Actually, part of the thing I try to do is I don't have a set time. I just have a set day. And then I just work it in when it's possible. Because I would always hate to tell you, Paul, oh, I'll be live at 8 o'clock. So, Paul, you say, okay, well, I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock. And then I miss it. I'm either late or I start early. And then you're like, oh, man, you told me 8 o'clock. So I never have a set time. But yes, you're right. Usually I'm a little later than I am now. But that's how it goes sometimes. Rock, I used the MEI travel agency you recommended. They are super helpful and saved me money. Awesome. So glad to hear that. Thank you for supporting our sponsor. That is fantastic. Favorite neighborhood on the Oasis class ship? Central Park. Love Central Park. Yes. Alonzo, do you know how many days you spent on a cruise in total? I do not. I would have to do some serious math, and I was told there would be no math. Michael, do you foresee a vaccine being a requirement prior to boarding a cruise ship? Good question. I don't know, Michael. That's a good question. Because on the one hand, part of me says yes. On the other hand, they've never required it for anything else. I think, listen, I at this point, Michael, I'm going to expand your question. I'm going to do what any politician does. By the way, any good politician, you don't answer the question that they asked you. You answer the question you wanted them to ask you, right? So the question I wanted you to ask me was, do I think the vaccine will help in this? And I say, yes, I think the vaccine will be, I really do hope, and this is a little bit faith in, ironically I'm using the word faith, in science and a little bit of guessing and a little bit of, I don't know what, but I really do believe that the vaccine, whenever it comes out, if effective, will be the magic bullet that will not kill the virus entirely, but I think it will bring it from a global health emergency down to whatever's below that, like not an emergency, not a health crisis like we are seeing, and that will allow a great more of life in general, not just cruising, to come back. And again, not a debate on vaccines and all that. If you want to do that, there's plenty of other channels out there. You can go talk to people about that. I'm not the person. But I do think, Michael, that if you want to look at it as a worst case scenario, I see that as the last, maybe even best chance for all of this to really start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. And of course, I said the word effective vaccine, because of course, there's many different ones in development right now. So I'll have to wait and see. Whether that'll be required, that'd be quite an undertaking. I mean, yeah. So, from the future, do you think the Icon class will have a waterfront like NCL Bliss and Carnival Vista class? You do. It's a good guess, but I don't know, my friends. It's a good one. Who knows? Bill, sold my wife on the unlimited dining package when I told her we could eat at Izumi several times a day. She says sushi, sashimi freak like you. Yes, and your wife is awesome because, yes, sushi freaks of the world unite. Tony Diaz with a big super chat. Michelle William, do the Thanksgiving cruise YOLO. Who's Michelle William? Somebody else in here? Okay, Tony's having a conversation with somebody else. It's cool. Thank you for the super chat. Love it. That's great, dude. Luke, won't your days on cruises basically be the same as Crown and Anchor points? No, because of course, Luke, if I've ever done, and I have, suites or going cruise solo, I would get double points. So it's not quite 1-to-1. And also, for what it's worth, I have gotten a few complimentary media cruises for like new ships, like 2-nighters. Those count as 0 Crown and Anchor points, but they still are nights on a cruise. So, yeah, unfortunately, that math won't really work out, unfortunately. Are there any perks in owning Kraken stock? You know what, Paul? I don't even know who owns Kraken, like what company it is. So, Teresa Miller, Teresa says, thanks for not sharing speculation as truth. I try not to do it. I at the end of the day, guys, I don't have shareholders, but I still have to answer to you, right? I do a live video every Monday here. And if I'm spouting shenanigans, if I'm making things up, sooner or later, you guys are going to pick up on it. You're not dumb people. You're going to pick up on it. And sooner or later, you're either going to call me out on it, or you're simply going to leave and never come back. And that doesn't mean no good. It doesn't mean no good to give you guys false hope. It doesn't mean no good to just make things up. And, it's a lose-lose scenario. So, I want to do good by you guys. I want to make sure that I am giving you helpful information, useful information, and of course, most importantly, correct information as well. Which, of course, all three of those things are basically tied together, but you kind of get that. And Teresa, you're very welcome. I'm so glad you are here joining me here today. Do all passengers in suites get double points? Yes, Tom, they do. Alan Rhapsody is doing a partial Panama transit February 8th, 2021. Ooh. I mean, if I want to do Panama Canal, Alan, though, I really want to do like the full thing, I don't want to go all the way over there and be like, just kidding, we're going to go back out, Do they serve yakisoba in Izumi? Not that I recall. But they do have an extensive list of fairly authentic Japanese food. I mean, Izumi was, if you guys don't know this, and there's a lot of great blog posts and podcast episodes I've done about this topic, Izumi is the creation of I'm going to use the word genius. He's a genius chef. Chef Travis. He lives in California. He's Japanese American, and he is. I am constantly amazed by the work that he and his team has done, and it was his idea to bring Izumi to Royal Caribbean, and he is responsible for every single restaurant. He goes across the fleet every year, multiple times, to inspect the ships, make sure that each restaurant is performing correctly. It is incredible. So, from the future, what's the best ship to do Wonderland for the first time? Ooh, Harmony? Harmony or Symphony. They got a double-decker one. It's really nice, but you won't go wrong between one on a Quantum class ship. S.M. Marrero, what's your opinion on wearing masks to be able to cruise again? Personally, I would be happy to abide by that to be able to cruise again. I agree. If it means going on a cruise, I'll do it. Absolutely. I won't love it, but I'll do it. Absolutely. You think the crown and anchor points will change? I do not. Not anytime soon, anyway. Paul, does everyone in the room have to purchase Wi-Fi, or just can one person buy it? Just one person can buy it. That rule, Paul, only applies to the alcohol drink package, not Wi-Fi. So you're good to go over there. John Bennett just want to say hi and thank you for everything you do. Well, thank you, John. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Wow, we've been on for an hour. Time flies when you're talking Royal Caribbean. And last question of today, from Mr. Rock. How was Navigator for a first Royal Caribbean cruise? Love that ship, man. It's my second favorite ship. You'll love it as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. Check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I will have another new YouTube video for you guys this week. We actually have had, believe it or not, I'm not even counting, not counting these live videos, 2 new videos in the last 2 weeks here on our YouTube channel. I'm going crazy. So we're going to have another video for you this week. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or Thursday. Aiming for tomorrow, but life happens, right? Anyway, we'll have another video for you on the YouTube channel. Check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. There's a ton of new blog posts up there for you to check on out. Our message boards, come hang out over there. Say hello. I am on there as well. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. That's really important these days. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. I forgot where I was. Bye, everybody.